Hello, fighter survivors and thrivers. Welcome to the Cancer Show. It is Cancer Tip Tuesday, and this tip is for loved ones, caretakers, friends, family members, either fellow survivors like myself, survivors, thrivers, fighters, who have lost somebody to cancer. This tip is for you. Have you lost someone to cancer? Me too. Sunday, Mother's Day, was my sister's 1-year anniversary. That very traumatic day when she received her angel wings and my earthly wings were too sad to fly. I have survived cancer, and I have lost someone to cancer. The second one is way, way, way worse. It's just so difficult to accept the reality that our loved one is gone. It is unbearable at times and can take us down the dark road of depression, anxiety, and feelings of hopelessness. Believe me, you're not alone. I'd like to share some tips that help me and may help you get through this extremely painful time. For more, please go to my Facebook page and YouTube channel, The Cancer Show, where you will only find support, compassion, and love. Okay, so here we are together. And I'm going to share some support, compassion, and love. Okay, so yeah, last year at this time, my earthly wings were heavy. Ooh, heavy. I was on the ground. And it's been a year, but it's been a tough year. And, you know, I focus on things that will keep me out of the state of constantly going through the loss, because I know that's not healthy for me. It's not good for me. It's not good for you either. So I put together a list of tips that I'd like to share with you that help me get through my grieving. And if you have any tips, please share them below in the comments. The more tips, the better. Okay, so allow yourself to mourn, but don't get stuck, as I was saying. Mourn, take your time, and then you have to take that first step back into life. Even though it's going to be different, it's not going to feel the same because the person is not with you. It's so hard. Gosh, even when I talk about it, it's just not going to be the same. It will be different, and our loved one would want us to adjust and move forward and to live life, not to sit in a deep dark hole of depression and anxiety and sadness. That's not what they want for us. So when you're thinking about being stuck like that, think about them and what they would want. Honor them, honor the legacy, honor your relationship by getting up and getting out. It's just like the chemo cave. It's the morning cave. You got morning, not in the morning, but morning. You got to get up and you got to get out, because that's what they want, and ask them for help. If you have children, it's it helps you get out. If you have pets, it helps you get out. If you have a, fantastic job, a reason, a passion, all of those will help you get up and get out. And if you have to periodically take that time to mourn, to cry, do it. I will take a moment and I will just cry. And then wipe my tears away. Talk to my sister about it, because I always talked about my sister. I always talked to my sister when I had an issue, when I had a problem, even from when I was super little. And then push yourself forward. You have to push yourself forward, because it's not easy, but you got to do it for yourself, for them, and for those around who love you as well. Okay. Number 2, this is the second tip. Videos and pictures. So I like to go back and look at videos and look at pictures, and that's usually mixed with tears and laughter. I like to share the pictures, and I ask my family and friends to send me pictures, or her friends to send me pictures. And then I see her throughout different parts of her life, and it gives me happiness. It helps me feel joy, because she was full of joy. So it gives me comfort to know that she, Carolyn, Ko, I call her Ko, she had great times. She had a good life, even though it was compromised. She was loved, and she was valued, and she lived it to her fullest. And she never complained. She was always positive. She never felt sorry for herself. She's an amazing role model for her little sister, which is me. So I have pictures of her all around. Put the pictures up. Have the videos on your phone. Go back. Look at them. And that's who I wake up to. Pictures of my children and my family and my sister. She's right here, right now with me. Okay, number 3, sharing stories with friends and family. So, I'll either have conversations or we'll text friends, family that, know her, my siblings. It's good to talk about it, talk about the fun times. It's even, healthy to talk about the things that weren't so fun, that were difficult. But that's a process. That's a part of your healing process, to talk about, the tough times. And, like my brother and I had this whole conversation about the person who pulled her wig off in high school and thought that was funny. And I was like, I don't understand. Like, I do understand. That person obviously thought that was a good way of getting attention. They probably don't get a lot of attention, and they certainly don't feel loved. Like, they wouldn't do that to another person, feeling like they were valued as well. So it's hard for me, but I forgive that person for causing my sister a lot of emotional pain. I was younger, so had I been older, I would have taken care of that situation. I don't mean in a physical way, but I would have definitely have a conversation and request some kind of an apology, and perhaps a school assembly so people can understand what's going on. I mean, back then in the 70s, wasn't like this. Wasn't the kind of support that we had back then, but the student body needs to understand and how to support people, and how that makes you feel so much better. I know that person does not feel good about that. So we talked about those stories. I talked to my brother about that. I just had to call my brother. I'm like, I have to talk to you about this because it's making me crazy. Like, I'm so upset about this person. Who is this person? I want to talk to this person. I can't remember. I thought it was a woman, but a girl, and he said it was a boy. And I'm like, oh gosh. Either way, it's sad on both sides. And then we finish it off with like great stories and nicknames and things that we did and places, and then photos. I do that with my cousins. I do it with my mom. So keep her alive and talk about, or him, keep the person alive in your conversations, in your mind, in your soul. That helps with the process. And then out of all those people, who is your 911 call? Who's that person when you continue to talk about the situation and continue to talk and talk and talk and talk? Sometimes you just have to talk and talk and talk until that situation or that conversation has changed. And it does change. But you have to know who that person is and tell them or ask them. I know you've heard this a million times, but I need to talk about it. And, is that okay with you? Will you be the person? Are you open to be the person to listen? And you already know who that person is, okay? Everybody has one. And if not, we'll find you one. We'll get you one. And I'll get to that later. But I know who my person is, that when, I'm super upset and I need to talk to, I can talk to my mom, but I try not to burden my mom with that because I know it's going to cause her pain to see me in pain. So I talk to my brothers. I talk to my brothers about it, and that helps me. Or my cousin Lisa, because she understands. She's always there to listen, and I can go over and over and over and over again. And she's fine with that. But it's been balanced for me, because I am so busy. A lot of that chatter goes on in my head. But for some people, they need to talk about it. I had a friend who lost her mother, and she would talk to her husband about it, and he was like, just get over it. Well, you just don't get over something. They're divorced by now. They're divorced, by the way. He's like, you just need to get over it. Well, that's not how it works. You don't just get over it. It's not like that. It takes time, and sometimes people take longer. And your 911 call, your 911 person will always support you and listen to you, no matter how long it takes. And you will progress. You will. Number 5, you can always speak to a professional, a therapist, counselor, a coach, cancer coach, life coach, or a mentor. Mentors are free. They help people who are going through cancer. They help people who are the caretakers, and they also help people who have lost somebody. So if any of you need a mentor, it's free. It's people that have gone through the same thing, around the same age, same gender, and who can really connect with you on the same level because they've been through the exact same thing. So professionals, therapists, counselors, coaches, or mentors who are free, you can always work with them. They will help you through it. Another share is something I like to share with you is one of the superheroes who also has his wings. I was coaching him, and his best friend was just devastated when he passed, and he was seeing somebody for a while. I don't know if he still is, but it takes a toll. So sometimes you just need to have that, that person, that objective ear. It's great to have that person who has that connection. It's also great to just, completely release your feelings, your thoughts to somebody who, who is not attached to you or that person in that specific way. Sometimes that's the way that somebody, that's a way that you can heal. Some people like it to be, somebody they know, somebody they're really comfortable, and some people prefer it not to be that way. So it doesn't really matter how you heal, how you mourn, as long as it works for you. Okay, support groups. So support groups in person, support groups on Facebook, support groups through Zoom. There's all kinds of support groups. There's a support group for almost everything. You could probably name something like I can't stop eating peanuts, and there'll probably be a support group for that. I don't even know where that came from. But there's support groups. And if you just Google it, they will pop up. And, there's always somebody out there who's going through something that you're going through, or at least similar, where you can connect and support one another and, help each other through that. That's powerful. It's really powerful. So, find your support group, or look for it. Or if you need help, just, message me. As I said, I'll help you find one. Okay. Number 7, meditation. Meditation, that's really, really, really helpful on a daily, as a daily practice, but also meditating, the grief, meditating your grief away, meditating your grief to a point where you can come to terms with it, so you can connect with it on a spiritual level. The sadness and the pain is always going to be there somewhere, a little bit. The grief, for the most part. But the meditation can help you release some of that. And at some point, all of it. Okay, maybe one little spot left. See, I'm not willing to give that up. I'm not willing to give up that pain. And if you do get to that point, don't feel bad about that. That's success. To feel good about that. You've come to terms. You've made peace. You're grounded. It doesn't mean that you don't care anymore, or that you have to be in pain to show how much you care. It's not like that. So use that meditation to connect with yourself, with your breath, with your thought, with your soul, and allow healing. Allow yourself to embrace healing. Find some of that amazing music on YouTube. So many meditations. Put that on and just close your eyes. And you can start with visualizing this person that you lost. Visualizing and seeing all the beauty in that relationship. You can go anywhere in your meditation. And you can go with this person. And it really helps. It really helps with the process. Okay, number 8, your sanctuary. So it could be church, it could be the water, it could be hiking, synagogue, mosque, wherever your sanctuary is, or whatever it is. I love going to church and smelling church, and we're actually able. You want to come on camera, Lamona? let me know. I will bring you on. I love the smell of church. So when I go to church, I feel comfort, okay? And I will stop by the church when I'm feeling sad. I will drive there and I will go in by myself and I will pray. I'll pray. Usually I pray in front of Mother Mary. I also pray in front of Jesus, but a lot of times I'll just put my hands in her hands, which is the statue, and I'll just pray. I just feel the comfort and I feel the love. That's my faith. And so it helps me. It's like a blanket. It's like a warm blanket to be in my church with my higher power and asking for help, asking for them to make sure they're taking care of my sister. And to help me get through this. So you can find this kind of peace when you are hiking or sailing, paddleboarding. Doesn't have to be inside. Maybe painting. Whatever that is for you, that kind of feel, it's like a meditation feeling when you're in that groove or that space. And that meditation, while you're in the church, sanctuary, synagogue, outside, that helps you heal as well. Number 9. Connect with that person. So I say, good morning, Gail, when I wake up. Hi, sister. And then I'll go throughout my day. I'm like, oh, what did you think about that? Or I'll just talk to her. I'll see a hummingbird. I'm like, oh, hi, you came to visit me. Or something will happen, something strange. I'll hear her. Answer me. And, I'll say things I'll be singing a song like Sweet Caroline, even though her name's not Caroline, it's Carolyn. But then it'll come up on my playlist. I'll be like, oh, okay, that could be coincidence. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I don't know. But that's not the point. It feels good. It feels good to have that connection. And I feel her. I really do. I feel her every day. And, as I was saying, when I was little, so we both had canopy beds. I had the yellow bedroom, she had the pink bedroom, and our bedrooms were side by side. And so I would go on her bed. I remember when I was little, if I was grade school, I'd sit on the edge of her bed and then I would talk about whatever was bothering me, and maybe getting we used to get polio shots. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get a shot tomorrow, and she's talk me out of it. And then as I grew older, teenage stuff, I don't know, I was dancing every single day, so maybe something that happened in dance, or maybe I wanted a part and I didn't get cast in that, or whatever it was. There were so many things. I just sit on the bed. That was kind of our thing. I would go and then she would counsel me. She would tell me it was going to be okay, and she would support me. And so until always I would call her for help, for advice, for support. Always ask her. She always she had the best answers, full of love, compassion, and support. So talk to that person. Talk to them out loud. Who would you care? Some people think you're crazy. Big deal. It doesn't really matter. This is about you. It's about you and your person who's not with you, and your connection with them. And however you can make that happen, or you have to open yourself up to that. You have to embrace that. If you want them to show themselves, you really have to believe it. And if you don't believe it, it's not going to happen. But I believe it. I've always kind of I'm not psychic, but I have feelings. And when I was young, I had more. I think when we all are younger, we're a little bit more psychic. But I definitely I could sense things, and I can sense sense people now. I can, energy. I feel a lot of energy around people, and I know who to stand next to, step forward, and I also know when to step back. Because I don't want any I don't want any negativity around me, or anger, or, I don't know, dark thoughts. I don't want to be around any of that. So allow yourself to open up and connect with this person and ask them, like, oh, show me a sign. Show me a sign. Just ask them and you'll see a sign. Okay? Trust me. You gotta try it, but you gotta believe it. If you don't believe it, it's not gonna happen. Okay, so ask for help. I talked about this from your higher power, whether that's God or the universe or, Allah or Mother Nature, light energy. Ask for help. Help and you shall receive. And it really is true. When you ask for help, just put it out there. If you're crying, if you're in a little ball huddled up, you're shaking, you're just exhausted mentally, emotionally, that this person is no longer here, ask for help. Ask your angels to help you. Ask your angel in heaven to help you. Ask them, please help me get through this. It's so difficult for me and I'm in so much pain. Can you please help me? It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's a good thing because people love to help and angels love to help too. And God loves to help too, but you have to allow him to do that. Him, higher power, your higher power. No pronouns. So those are my top 10. And like I said, it's a process. Last year at this time, I couldn't fly. I can fly now. I have sad moments, but I accept those moments. And I get through those moments, cry, breathe, and reset, and move forward. Because that's what they want us to do. So honor them by helping yourself get better. Allow yourself to mourn. Watch videos, look at pictures, share stories with friends and family. Talk to somebody who doesn't mind listening to you again about the same topic, about the how you're feeling. If you're saying it over and over again, find out who that 911 call is and that person and ask them if it's okay. Can I just say it? Can I just go over it again? I just want to talk about it. I just want to talk about it. I'm just so sad. I'm just so upset. Like, ask them and then allow that person to be your call. You can always see a professional therapist, counselor, coach, and then there's mentors who are free. Meditation helps with everything, healing meditation. They actually have guided meditations on YouTube. You can follow that. And there's also Amvana. I'm sure they have one. There's healing meditations, and you find one that works for you, that suits you. Stick with that and just meditate. Namaste. Number 8, church, sanctuary, the water, the mountains, whatever it is, wherever you feel connected, and go there and allow yourself to breathe, to mourn, and to also feel joy. Connect with your person who's in heaven now. Talk to that person like I do, like a crazy person. Sing a song with them, or play their favorite song, or put on their favorite song and dance. Or, my sister, she loved to make pudding, like old school pudding. So sometimes I make pudding. because that was one of our things, and we love going to Dairy Queen, and that was one of her things, or one of our things. So when I see a Dairy Queen, I want to go and get a peanut butter parfait, even though it's really bad for me and I don't eat all of it. It's very, very bad for you. And I think they're actually going to be getting some vegan ice cream at Dairy Queen, so that'll be even better. But I do things that we did together that were super fun. Or pina coladas. She loved pina coladas, and so just like I order things or I buy things that I know that she liked because I like them too. We like the same things. 10, ask for help from your higher power, and just have faith that it will change. So here's the serenity prayer. I want to share with you. I say this one almost daily because it helps me. Here's the full version. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time, accepting hardship as the pathway to peace, taking, as He did, this sinful world as it is, not as I would have it, trusting that He will make all things right if I surrender to His will, that I may be reasonably happy in this life and supremely happy with Him forever in the next. Amen. So the second part is more religious. The first part is very well known, and of course, people most identify the Serenity Prayer with AA, Alcoholics Anonymous. But I like the second part because that's what I believe in. I do believe that I'm going to be with my sister again, and my dad, my grandmas, my no-nos, that's Italian for grandfather, and my uncles and my aunts, and friends that also got their angel wings. I identify with this prayer, so trusting that He will make things right. This part, I may be reasonably happy in this life. I'm not going to be reasonably happy. I'm going to be like exceptionally happy because this is our life. And I just know that that's how they would want us to live our life. And I just do believe that there's another part of this. There's another process. And it's not the end. So remind yourself it's not the end, that you will see this person again. Okay. Mona, did you want to come on camera? Let's see. Mona. I have so many Simona and Mona friends. I have so many. It's like I have 5 people, Simona and Mona, and they wonder why I get confused sometimes. Okay, no, Mona, I'm trying to add you, but you're not. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me again. This Cancer Tip Tuesday was more for those who have lost somebody, caretakers, family members, friends. This is about processing and accepting that person that you love is not with you anymore, at least physically. But I do believe they are with us spiritually. All right. I am healthy. I'm happy. I am whole. I am healthy. I am happy. I am whole. Thank you, Ko, so much. I miss you so much. Thank you for helping me get through this. It's not easy. Um, if you ever want to talk, any of you who are mourning, just message me. One more time. I am healthy. I am happy. I am whole. Thank you so much.